we can now select this rectangle and we get this lock icon. We can click it directly and it immediately unlocks.
What is up, team? In this video we're going to be looking at the new updates for Adobe Illustrator 2021, and we've got another 5-minute video here that we're going to react to. Once again, it's by Dansky, one of the designing champions on YouTube. So thank you for making this 5-minute summary video, and let's start reacting to it.
In this video we're going to check out some of the biggest new features for Adobe Illustrator 2021. So you can see I've opened up a colourful and complex illustration. I'm going to go to Edit and down to Recolor Artwork. This window pops up and we can literally do just that. Grab all of the different colours and recolor them however we like. There's also a few other options that you can see me playing around with here. These change in real time. And if you're not sure what some of these options are, just hover over them and you get a tooltip pop up with a brief description. And you can see I've now opened up the advanced options panel, a slightly different interface with a few more options for adjusting your colours.
Yeah, so I used to use that advanced interface a lot, but this new one, this new sort of interface that they've introduced seems pretty cool. Cool.
And we can go up here and we can choose from color libraries, or we can go down and we can choose how many colors we would like. So I've selected 2, and you can see I can move this around. So we're using these 2 colors and then tints of those colors. Nice. And we can use the slider to determine the prominence of each color. I'm going to type warm, and Adobe Color will serve me up loads of different color palettes, and I can pick one, add it to a library, or download it as a JPEG. So we'll download this one. And we can then place this JPEG into our document. So we'll go back to Recolor Artwork, and we can click on Color Theme Picker. And with the eyedropper, click on the color palette, and you can see the artwork is recolored with colors from that color palette.
Whoa, whoa. Is that a new feature? Because that's pretty cool. I didn't realize you could do something like that. I thought you could just do like a basic eyedropper, like one color at a time. I didn't know that it could select all the colors at the same time. Wow.
If you'd like to make any adjustments, then you've got all the options in this panel ready at your disposal.
Cool.
Cloud documents. Well, I think this is pretty self-explanatory, but we'll cover it anyway. So typically you would save a local document. Now we can switch over to Save Cloud Document. We can save this.
Okay. Sorry to skip this part, but I'm still going to be saving local files at this point in time. No cloud documents for me.
Okay, so we have an icon and some text. With the text selected from the bottom of the character panel, we now have the new snap to glyph options. You can see all these here. Hovering over them gives you a tooltip, and you can simply just click to enable or disable them. And if I go ahead and move this icon up and down, you'll see it start to snap to things like the baseline, the X height, essentially all of these other aspects of design and typography. And ultimately, this just helps us align shapes with text more effectively.
Yeah, nice one.
Okay, so we have a paragraph of text. By default, it snaps to the top. Now with area type, we can snap this to the middle, the bottom, or we can space it out throughout the entire text box. We also get a few more options here as well.
That's cool. I've been wanting to do that on Illustrator. It's typically an effect that you'd see on InDesign, but yeah, that's cool.
Well, another new feature is the ability to select shapes and text. Now previously, if we align these to the top and bottom, you can see it aligns to the frame, not the actual text. Now, with these additional options here, we can align to glyph bounds, select point text for example, and when we align this to the top and the bottom, it actually aligns it with the text itself, rather than the actual frame. Useful stuff.
Nice. Awesome.
Okay, another new text related feature.
Because sometimes instead of that, you'd convert the text into an outline, and then that would be your way of aligning it, but that's cool. Cool update.
Feature. So I've got some text. I'm going to go to Type, down to Character, to bring up the expanded character panel. I can go up to the top right and select Show Font Height options. you see this extra box appears. Now by default, our font size is determined by the M box, but you can see that we can actually adjust our font size by the cap height, the X height, these other type related attributes. So as a quick example, if I set my X height to 100 points, and I'll go and create a square, I'll make this 100 by 100, and if I just zoom in here, you'll see that this square perfectly matches the 100 point X height that I set for my text.
Cool, that's cool.
Okay, last but not least, you can see I've added a logo to a background, but there's always the risk that you move the background by mistake, right? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So if I go up to Object, Lock and Selection, the background is now locked and I can't move this by mistake. Now if I go to Preferences up here or Edit Preferences on Windows, we now have this new option, Select and Unlock Objects on Canvas. Let's click OK. We can now select this rectangle and we get this lock icon. We can click it directly and it immediately unlocks.
At this point, I don't understand why they're not just merging Photoshop, Illustrator and InDesign together. But I think it might get a bit too confusing with all the different tools, but at the same time, they're just kind of introducing tools from each one. So, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, let's continue.
Locks our background.
Well, I didn't react as much as I did in the Photoshop video, but that was still pretty cool. If you enjoyed this reaction video, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share this video around with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one.
You kept going.